Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Monkey Wrench. I'm Kelly, the monkey with the wrench. As my regular viewers know, we do a little bit more than just fix machines. This is going to be a different kind of video than that because I'm trying to widen the horizon of my viewers and show more content about what I do around here. Please subscribe. So today's video is going to be on my solar panel setup. What you see there is a commercial panel that's 350 watts that I purchased off of Facebook Marketplace from a guy that sells used panels, same as the one over there that I run my office with, and same as these over here against the fence. Those are more that I'll be putting into the system. So this panel puts out 350 watts. That's what it's rated for. It actually puts out about 320 watts, and I'm stoked about that. So I have a very simple setup here to run my shop. You can see the wires here that go up and inside of the shop, and I'm going to show you where they come in. Is very simple. There's the wires going to my clips. My clips, I have a set of wires here that comes, that's just a plug that goes to my solar switch. This is a circuit breaker that turns the system on and off. So up is on, down is off, easy enough. The wires go straight to my Victron solar controller, and I love that thing, it's beautiful. The switch cost me $12. The Victron cost me $138. It's an MPPT solar controller, and it's one of the highest rated on the market. That happens to be a 30 amp setup. I think it's 100 volts. Then from there, those wires go straight down to my battery. Yes, that is a standard car battery. Those of you that think you can't set up solar without lithium ion, you can absolutely set it up on any car battery. Now remember, car batteries are not designed to discharge. They're designed to stay between 100% and 80% at all times. And if you fully discharge them, you actually damage the inside of the battery. So if you're working with a car battery system, what I got into the habit of doing is using my circuit breaker and shutting off the system 2 hours or so before dark. And in the morning, I come out and turn the system back on. That way, I don't have anything running. Now this runs the lights in the shop. This also runs my chargers for all my power tools, like my blower, my hedge trimmer, my impact drivers, those kinds of things. So I charge these during the day. That way the solar panel is bringing in more power than I'm taking away from the battery, and allows me to charge everything, and it doesn't hurt the battery whatsoever. So I have upgraded, and I'll show you that in a second. Now the last thing I have is this Best Tech 500 watt power inverter. I did a lot of research. I know exactly what I need for my setup. This is going to be running my fish tank, my aquarium, with a 22 watt light, a 2 watt air bubbler, and the lights that I have running up here in the system that are going to be installed are only 22 watts a piece. So at best, at any given time, I'm going to be using about 300 watts of power, and that's if I'm charging the batteries for my cordless tools, as well as running the shop lights, as well as the aquarium running. So 500 watts was perfect, and that cost me $48. If you guys want any of this equipment, there'll be links down in the description. I am not affiliated with anyone. I do not get paid for this. So whether you use my links or whether you just search around yourself, that's absolutely fine. I'm just showing you what I own and what I like. Once the battery wires go from the battery, which uses these clips, I'm going to take these off, and I'm going to put some round button clips on there so that they'll just go onto the battery, just like these. Goes to there. Then I have a power switch, a power plug here. What do you call those things? Let me know in the comments. I can never remember what they're called. Power strip, I guess. And the power strip means that I can plug in 6 different things, and it has a trip on the bottom that is the light right there to the tank. So let me go ahead and show you. Simply, I don't even have to turn on the system because it's going to run just off the battery in the inverter. But I just put my clips on. Then I can turn on my inverter. Sometimes the clip doesn't make perfect connection, which is why I want to change those. And then all of a sudden my light is on. So I can turn off my light using the normal switch. I can turn off my light using the power. See if you can see both of them. Using the, tell me in the comments what the hell those things are called. And I can turn off the power right here as well. So I actually have 3 on-off switches plus the main control for the solar. Now the reason you put a circuit breaker in between your panels and your system is in case something gets struck by lightning or something fails in the solar panel, it will not send a surge into your controller or anything else in the system and blow it up. It'll trip that breaker so it can't overload and mess up your expensive stuff. So that's simply it, and let me show you what else I got. This is the lead time 100 amp hour lithium ion phosphate battery. Yes, I'm upgrading. This came off my Amazon wish list, so thank you so much to the person who purchased that and sent it to me so that I could upgrade my system. And remember, the car battery cost me nothing because I had one laying around. So we're out 138 bucks, 48 bucks, $13, and 40 bucks for the panel, and I'm all set. But I am upgrading to the lithium ion, and the reason for that is these are what's considered long-term discharge. Just like your cell phone can go from 100% to 0% and recharge without damaging the system, that's what a lithium ion battery does. And because I'm not only running shop lights, power tool charging system, my aquarium, I also use solar to charge my bike. And I would like to be able to plug in my bike at any time 24/7 and be able to charge it instead of having to charge it during the day. Now I have multiple batteries. I have one mounted there. I have one up inside of there. And I can get away with charging it during the day. And again, the reason I don't charge after dark is because I don't want to drain a car battery past 80% and damage or destroy it. So with a lithium ion battery, that lithium ion battery is 100 amp hours, and the batteries on my bike are 20 amp hours each, which means I can plug both of those in, fully charge them, and take that 100 amp hour battery down to 60% with no damage. It will then stop charging the bike because it'll be full, and the next day when the sun comes out, it'll recharge from 60% back up to 100% with no damage. You can do anywhere from 4 to 15,000 charges or cycles on a lithium ion battery, just like your phone. The last cell phone I had before the one I'm using right now, I had for 6 years, and I charged it every day for 6 years. So 365 days times 6 years is a little over, almost close to 2,000. And lithium batteries will last that long. The lithium battery I have for my e-bike is now 4 years old, and I've charged it every single day for 4 years. So they work. I have experience with lithium ion, and I am very happy about that. So the pump for the aquarium is approximately 2 watts. The light that's coming, the company Higer is sending me a light so that I can do a video for you guys at no charge. That's 22 watts. The shop lights that I'll be using, I thought I had some laying here. They're right around here somewhere. They're 15 watts. So what you do is you add up all the watts that you need to use on a daily basis. And 100 amp hour lithium ion battery puts out about 1,280 watts. We'll just call it 1,300 watts. For those of you that don't like the number 13, it happens to be my lucky number and my favorite number. So if everything that I'm using all at once comes out to be, say, 100 watts, then I can do that for 12 hours before the battery completely discharges. So during the day, the battery charges faster than it discharges, and that way I can keep this running 24/7 and never have to shut the system off except for any kind of maintenance I might choose to do. So I am definitely upgrading to this battery, and let me show you how easy it is to hook it up. It's so easy to deal with lithium. I'm going to undo my inverter, which again I'm going to switch to this crimp-ons. I'm going to go ahead and make sure the system is shut off. I'm going to take off the positive. I'm going to put these kind of crimps on the end. I'm going to cut off the alligator clips and put crimps on so that they go permanently on the battery, in this case here. Now I'm going to take off the negative. And these are just adapters that I bought from Walmart for $5 a set to go on any car battery and add the post with the wing nut so that you can attach your wires, marine wires, solar wires, whatever. So we're just going to take this out of the way. I'm going to slide my new lead time over. I'm going to take off the little plastic caps here. I'm going to take out the bolts. These have bolts that go directly in. It's clearly marked on the top of the battery. This battery weighs 22 pounds that I've got red and black for positive and negative. So I'm going to just move this over here. I'm going to put the negative on first, like I always do. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to put the positive on last. And whenever you hook up a battery to a solar system, make sure that it is not connected to the solar panel. I have that on the off position. You want to hook up your battery to your solar controller first, then introduce the solar system. I'm just going to tighten these down. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Switching out the batteries. Easy peasy. Now what I'll end up doing is putting these handles down and pushing that over onto the side. But for now, we're set up. I can again take my inverter, connect it. It always sparks when you do that. Don't worry about it. And now we're back in business. My light is back on. That's it. That's how simple it is. That's the most expensive system, part of the system now. That battery was $250. And the good thing with these systems is if you buy a large enough solar controller, you can add more batteries to your bank. You can add more solar powers to your bank. You have to learn how to figure out how much solar can come in. But the batteries are unlimited. I could have 10 of those batteries and run everything for, I don't know, weeks before I even have to plug in a solar system. But that's my simple setup. Beforehand, it was 138, so 140, 190, 200, 201, $240. So the whole system cost me $240 plus an old car battery that I had laying around. And now it's up to $500 because I added an excellent lithium battery to it. So the fish tank will be running 24/7 now. Don't be intimidated by setting up your own solar system. I'm going to be running the power chargers for all of my tools, setting those up, attaching them to the wall so it's easier to get to. Hooking up the lights, no problem. Putting the filtration system in the aquarium, putting the new light on when it arrives, and everything's going to be running 24/7 off my solar panel. I'm actually going to attach the solar panel to the side of the shed on hinges so that I can lift the solar panel up. So as the sun goes across during the day, during the morning time, it faces that way as the sun comes up. And then as the sun gets higher overhead, I can raise the solar panel up to get better sun on it. This will charge my system, the whole system you see, in about 3 hours with full sun, because I get 320 watts coming out of it. So 4 hours would be 1280 watts. So it'll take about 4 hours to go from 0% to 100%. However, when I'm not running my lights and charging tools at the same time and charging the bike at the same time, I'll only use about 10% of this battery in a 24-hour time, running the air bubblers and the lights only on in the fish tank for a few hours a day. So you'll learn what each thing you plug in uses in the system and how long it can go for. I can plug a refrigerator in there. I have a small refrigerator that only uses 50 watts of power when the compressor's on, makes ice, the whole 9 yards. It's the same refrigerator I have in my office, so it's about 36 inches tall. I can run a fridge in there. I can run a television in there. I can run my laptop in there. I can do anything I want off of this system that started off costing me $250, and now with the addition of the battery is right around $500. You can buy the pieces one at a time as you can afford them. You can buy different brands if you want. I went with the Victron because it's the best rated solar controller on the market, hands down, in this price range. It beats Renogy. I wouldn't touch Renogy stuff with a 10-foot pole, and I wouldn't go with the cheaper stuff from China. I think that comes from Denmark, and it's great stuff. So I hope this video helped you guys not be so afraid of solar power, of hooking up solar panels. Watch a few videos, do a little bit of research so that you know. I happen to use 10 gauge wire because I'm only pulling off of a single solar panel. If I run two panels together, I have splitters so I can run them into the same system. The stuff that I'm pulling is low wattage. That's one of the reasons why I go with as much 12 volt stuff as I possibly can. LED lights and everything run off a 12 volt. I'll be able to put a heater in that tank in the winter that runs 100 watts when it's turned on, and I'll be able to charge at all times. So if you have any questions, check the links down below. You can check out these products. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. If you want me to do a video on any specific part that I own, any part that I have in the system. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. It's somewhere between my chin and my balls, and I'll see you soon.